Alina arrived in the sleepy seaside town, carrying little more than a sketchbook and a profound sense of isolation. The salt breeze whipped through her auburn hair as she stood before the towering white lighthouse, a solitary beacon against the pale sky. She sought a quiet refuge, unaware of the profound change the tides would soon bring to her restless heart. One crisp morning, while tracing the rusted ironwork of the lighthouse gallery, Alina noticed a small piece of paper wedged beneath the railing. Intrigued, she pulled it free. The handwritten note spoke of the ocean's vast emptiness and the quiet ache of solitude. The stranger's words resonated so deeply, it felt as though she had somehow written them herself. With a fluttering heart, Alina sat on the weathered wooden steps and composed a response in her elegant script. She left her reply in the exact same crevice. A delicate warmth blossomed in her chest as she walked back along the sandy path, her mind totally consumed by the unseen stranger who understood her unspoken sorrow. Weeks bled into a vibrant spring, and the seaside town burst into brilliant color. So too did the secret correspondence. Every morning brought a new letter, a beautiful exchange of vulnerabilities shared through thick parchment. Alina would spend her afternoons reading his words, utterly enchanted by the gentle soul hidden beneath the beautiful, sweeping prose. Yet, the author remained a phantom. Neither knew the other's name or face, only the profound depth of their shared emotional landscape. Alina often watched the townspeople, wondering if the quiet fisherman mending nets, or the young man drinking coffee by the docks, was the phantom who had so thoroughly captured her imagination and stolen her waking thoughts. Through the hidden notes, they began to paint their deepest dreams under the watchful glow of the lighthouse lantern. They wrote of constellations, the way the moon cast diamonds across the midnight water, and the desire to share this world with someone. Their souls danced beneath the same starry canopy, entirely woven together in poetic harmony. The gentle tranquility of their routine was suddenly broken when a fierce gale swept off the churning ocean. Alina watched from her cottage window as the wind howled through the dunes. The storm mercilessly battered the lighthouse, tearing the latest unread letter from its sanctuary and scattering the fragile pages into the dark, unforgiving sea. In the quiet aftermath of the tempest, Alina rushed to the lighthouse, but the iron crevice was empty. A profound sorrow settled over her spirit. She feared the invisible thread connecting them had been severed by the storm, leaving her with nothing but a lingering, romantic ache for the beautiful stranger she had lost. Desperate to salvage their bond, she stood waiting by the lighthouse steps as a cold rain began to fall. The sky darkened into a bruised purple, and the icy water soaked through her thin coat. Minutes stretched into agonizing hours. The path remained desolate. Her chest tightened with anxiety as she realized no one was coming. Just as she turned to leave, footsteps echoed against the wet cobblestones. A quiet young man in a heavy fisherman's sweater emerged from the misty downpour. He was completely soaked, his chest heaving with exertion, but his hands carefully shielded a bundle of damp paper against his heart. It was every single letter she had ever written. Alina froze as the young man stepped into the soft light of the lantern. Sam looked at her with an intensity that made the rest of the world melt away. No words were needed to confirm his identity. The gentle kindness in his eyes perfectly matched the soulful ink on the pages. The phantom of her letters was real. The rain broke, giving way to a spectacular golden hour that bathed the coastal dunes in a brilliant light. Sam reached out, his trembling fingers gently brushing a wet strand of auburn hair from Alina's face. As they finally fell into a desperate embrace, the crashing waves felt like a symphony celebrating the triumph of their unlikely love. The passage of time only deepened the profound bond they forged at the edge of the world. Years later, a framed wedding photograph rested on a shelf inside the lighthouse, immortalizing the day Sam and Alina promised themselves to each other. The old iron railing where they first met remained their most sacred and cherished monument. The legacy of their romance echoed peacefully into the next generation. One quiet afternoon, a tiny piece of paper appeared wedged beneath the familiar rusted ironwork. Left there by their young child, the sweet note contained a beautifully scribbled drawing of a white tower, standing as a timeless testament to a love that had weathered every single storm.